Okay, let's go.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to tackle a very important topic. Every .NET microservice eventually need to call their service. The common way is just to use the HttpClient. But if you are manually creating HTTP requests, attaching beer token, duplicating authentication logic, your architecture will get harder to maintain with every new API. In this video, I'm going to show you how to combine Refit, Delegating Handlers, Auth0 Machine-to-Machine authentication, header propagation, and poly into a clean production-ready architecture I use in enterprise distributed system. Let's take a look at the blueprint. Before writing any code, let's understand the problem. Imagine you are building booking API like this one here. So the API responsibility isn't processing the payment or sending email. It's just simply orchestrating the booking workflow. Whatever the reservation has been created, I need to call like a payment API and to charge the customer, and the notification API to send the confirmation email. Sounds simple, right? But in production, every request raises a few important questions, and we need to answer them. The first question is, how do I authenticate without logger user? How do we propagate trace ID, and how we can troubleshoot requests across the services? When and where we should retry? I think we are ready to do something. Let's create our UI. I have a prompt, I just like presenting now. What I'm expecting from this prompt that it will create a React application, which will be integrated with Auth0. So basically, let's take a look what's going on here. Hold on. I totally forget to mention that I'm using two agent workflow. What it does mean? I have two agents. I have definition of two agents, how they should be used. And in any AI, you have two models, maybe more even, whatever. One model is like a strong, and the second one is like a fast. What does it mean? That my planner agent is a strong model, which will analyze and plan everything. He will create the implementation plan, he will just define the acceptance criteria, and then when the plan is ready, here is coming the executor agent. Here's the fastest one, he will just implement the plan. Under the hood, he will modify code base, run the test, validate, create the reports, and when I approve the plan, everything will be implemented. Act as a senior React developer, front-end architect, and UX engineer. This is a good start. Any kind of prompt should start from something like that. Create a modern production-ready React application with the Auth0 authentication integration in the folder frontend. So this is what we need to do, but there's like more requirements, more like a detail. So use Auth0 as authentication provider, and when the user clicks, it will go through the Auth0 universal login page. So when the apps open, I will be not login. So what I need to do? I need to go and click the button login, and it will redirect the a login page, which is like hosted by Auth0. After that, after successful login, Auth0 will provide a valid session, and I will be logging in the system in our UI. So basically, it means that my page is protected. I can gain the access token. While I will be login, I can always do any kind of operation which is required. So in this session, we stay alive even if the user refresh the browser, because everything will be handled by Auth0. So it means that if I open another browser with the same page, I will be login. So Auth0 will create the session and redirect to a logout app as well if the token expiration will be met. So this way we will create a React application, a friendly user React application and production ready with the authentication fully handled by Auth0. Let's run this prompt and let's see what happened. It should not take so much time. I hope so.
A few hours later.
Did you remember that previously I just presented two-agent flow? And I have run the prompt to create a UI, and guess what? Now it has been implemented the plan. Here's my plan, and I am the person who will approve this plan. So basically, once I click a process, it will start doing anything that is required, anything that is described here to create my UI. The prompt has finished. We have a UI. Now what we need to do is need to set up our application in the Auth0. Basically, the single page application needed to be registered as an application in the Auth0, because Auth0 must know which app is requesting authentication, where to send after login, how to ensure this secure token for that application. So what we need to do here, we need to create application. We need to pick up the single page application. I'm gonna name it Booking UI SPA. Create. Okay, we need to take what kind of type of project we have here. It's React, obviously. Okay, we need to decide on which port is the address is starting, localhost, it's a good one. The most important part is the callback, logout, URL, and web origin. This one are required, and we cannot mess up with this one. Okay, everything's ready. Now, Before that, I have created one other application, Backend, and I named it like a booking API. So what we need to do here, we need to grant access to our backend, and I need to click in a few places. Now we should be able to authenticate, get a token, and with this token we can get access to our backend. Okay, let's run our API and then let's see if it's working. We're gonna say npm. Oh, sorry, we need to go to the folder of the frontend, and we need to say npm run dev. It might not work because we didn't configure our UI SPA with the typical Auth0 configuration. So here, when I go to our UI, let's see how it looks. It looks nice. When I click a login, it will bump out the Auth0 some kind of oh, you see, there is some kind of error from the Auth0, and it's saying that something is wrong because he cannot find this site. Okay, let's go back to our application in Auth0. What I need to copy? I need to copy client and domain. So it means that I need to identify my SPA in Auth0. So I need to copy this one and this one, and inside my configuration of the UI, I need to put those information. So here should be domain. So I'm gonna put the domain here, and here should be client ID. Okay, I think we have everything. Let's start again. Okay, it restarted. Now let's go to our UI. Sorry, let's do like this. Run it again. Now I should be able to log in with my user, which I have also previously created. Okay, when I click the login, it should pop out the universal login page from Auth0. Okay, it happened because I'm using one password. I need to log out and try again. Nice, you see it? So we have a login page, so it's a very successful for us. Let's click the continue. Before that, I'm going to run DevTool to see what's going on. So when I click the continue, I will gain the access token. It will make some kind of operation. It will store the session and blah blah blah. But what we need to do is take a look on the token. Since I have our authenticate, now I get access token. We can take a look what has the data it's containing our access token. I will copy this token and I will go to the JSON WEO, and I'm gonna paste it here, and let's see what the kind of data we have it. So basically it says what kind of email I'm using and the issuer with, so it means that who has the who was the person who creates, who was this service who created this token, audience, so where I'm going to, and etc. And yeah, this is what we need to do. I had to update some configuration. So basically I need to set up a few things. One of the most important part is that our SPA should have access to the booking API, but the access is coming with the audience. So it means that I need to provide this information in the configuration of my UI. So I just run another script to create everything which is required, and based on that he just create environment variable, and I can just put the audience here. And also I just improve my UI, because once I has been logged in, I don't have a button logout. In the Auth0 the session is being stored, and then it's about 1 hour, so I need to have this kind of logout to be sure that session will be terminated and I can log in, log out, whatever I want to do. Okay, let's see if the UI has been restarted. I'm going to restart it again. I should terminate and start new process. Let's see it. Let's log out. Nice. Let's log in. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna click again, continue, to get the access token and see what the access token will contain. Okay, if we go to the network, here's our access token. Let's see what kind of data it's holding our payload. Nice. So take a look what's going on here. So once we get the access token, we are full authorized to gain access to the backend. Where we can see it, basically it's here. The audience is saying where I can go with this token, where the door are opened. In this case, I can access to our booking API. I think that's all for now. Let's try to create our backend. I think we are ready to run our prompt, so let's take a look what's going on. Act as a senior .NET developer or React developer. Build a smart web API called Booking API that demonstrates authentication with Auth0 and a secure .NET minimal API. The goal: create an application .NET API where the React application calls a secure .NET minimal API. The API returns the authenticate user bookings. The bookings are displayed in the model dashboard. See the data with the booking records. Allow fetch and create. All endpoints should be secured. And then, of course, configure the Auth0 in upsetting JSON. Basically, this prom will go through my master prom, and then we'll just validate any kind of like a rules and constraints that are designed there should be met, and based on that, it will create my API. I'm expecting when I just click run, it will create the modern software design with a clean architecture or onion architecture, and some part of the DDD that might be included in our entities. Let's click it and see what's going on. The prompt for the backend has been just finished, and I need to verify that everything is fine. You need to remember that we have already created our application Auth0 for the backend. Let's verify what has been done there. So if I go to my source, I will see that there's a bunch of the project with the onion architecture, API application domain infrastructure. Each of them holds some specific data. Here should be endpoints and the configuration for the Auth0 and any kind of like things I'm using, such as a problem details. Let's see what's going on here. So we have like we have independent injection from the infrastructure. So I believe the infrastructure injection has been added. We are using problem details. We just it also fixed the codes. This is very important if you are using the backend for front-end application. And we set up the authentication with the bearer. We have authority with the domain and audience. Let's take a look on the app setting JSON because everything is correct. Okay, I see that everything is correct. Booking local, let me see if it's correct one. So if I go here, application, I should see the name of my application. Oh, sorry, it will be the access. Booking local. Okay, everything is fine. Let's go back to our API settings. But we have also here like a typical injection of the endpoints. So here I have like a booking endpoint. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, it looks like it's promising. So what we have here is we have a get and post request, basically based on the user. So from the claims we are putting out extracting the user ID. Based on the user ID, we will find some kind of booking record data. So what's going on here? Okay, he is using also the validator, so it means that he will validate the request, then he will process with the getting the data, which is very important. And I see that he's using media tier. Of course, everything is described in the master prompt. Looks promising. Let's take a look on the application. We have DTO interfaces, use cases. I like this, how he's naming use cases, because it's very important. We have a create booking. Okay, well, let's see the handler. It's very easy. Okay, we are adding. Oh, I believe the add async is doing also as well the save. So it's add and save changes in one. We have a get. Okay, very simple. Let's take a look on the independent injections. Okay, we register media there. We register the Fluent validator. Let's take a look at entity. Okay, I like that he is using select class, I declare it, but I don't like it that he is not setting up the required properties. Basically, we should avoid this kind of things. We should say this property is required, this one is also, and this one and this one. I'm okay to having the factory method, but I don't like to have it like a two the same things, and this one is not correct because it will work without that. So I'm gonna get rid of one of them when later I will validate. Let's take a look on the infrastructure what we have. Okay, oh, this one is cool. Oh, this one is cool. So we have also migration. We have database. Let's see the context. Okay, that's nice. We have data seeding. We have a mocked user. Oh, this mocked user. You know what? I'm gonna replace with my real user later. Okay, what I don't like it here is that I have entity configuration in this place. Basically, each entity configuration should be separated and then injected with saying get entity for entity configuration from this assembly. I like this part. It's very important. Most of the us is like doing something like that. It's setting a get and setter, but this is the proper way. What we have here, the repository. Yeah, like I said, I believe the add async is making 2-in-1. It's okay. I don't like the repository approach because we could just use the DB context instead of the repository, but whatever. Let's see dependency. Okay, we are using this one. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna use the in memory. I don't want to like play one with the now with the Postgres. So I'm gonna say, oh wait, I need to open with the. I'm gonna say using memory. I'm not gonna use PostgreSQL. Let me see if I have everything which is in. Okay. I need to install everything here to be sure that it's working. So I'm gonna say to use DB context in the memory. Let me see if this has been added here. No, it's not. I'm gonna add the entity framework in memory. Okay, it's here. We're gonna install it. Accept. Go back. And we're gonna say, I believe we don't need it. Okay, let's do options. In memory database. Okay, that's cool. Nice. Okay. What I would like to do is run our application backend and see if it's working. I'm gonna trigger. Let's see if there is no errors and etc. I have a feeling that we might later like a bit refactor our API basically in the DB context. I see, you see. I could just get rid of this kind of stuff. Okay, let's see. The API is running. Our UI should be also running. Oh, the UI has been upgraded. So basically what I didn't say that this last prompt is upgraded also the UI to handle the request of the API. Let me see if everything is working here correctly. There's no error. Okay, soon should start. Let's see if our UI is in the good place. Are you loading? No, you're not loading. That's bad for you guys. Okay. The API has been started. I'm gonna kill the UI and I'm gonna restart it. Okay. Let's see if it's gonna work. Okay, it was a short. I was finally be able to fix the UI. Now let's see the interaction if we can log in and get some kind of data from our backend. Okay. Nice. So let's go to the dashboard. Okay. This is very good. So what you see here is like a user information. It's this one here. And okay, I don't have something went wrong. So let's see what's going on. Let's refresh the page. Okay, it says 404. So I have an issue with some getting data bookings. Okay, it's go to the. Okay. I believe the issue is in the routing. So if we take a look on the endpoints, we might figure it out that our endpoint path is different. It might be API exactly. Okay, I need to upgrade my UI. So bear with me, please. So here I just added an environment variable, which is holding the backend API URL. And what I need to see, I need to tell him, like in the API configuration, I need to go say, hey, use the base URL. I'm gonna put here API/booking. Okay, now it should upgrade the UI, I believe. And if we refresh the page, we might see something. Let's see. Okay, it's loading. It's stuck. Okay, no booking found for this user. Okay, let's create a booking. Let's pick the date, 23/12/2026, and the price, let's say it's like a 20, something like that. Let's create a booking. Okay, we have also issue as it's the same issue as I need to fix it as well. So if we go to this place, fetch. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna fetch from here. And where is use it? Like get bookings, create bookings. Okay, let's restart. It should restart. Maybe I should run again. Let me try it. Sorry, this is the API. Okay, let's see. There's no data. That's strange. Okay, no properties, no data. That's fine, that's fine. Okay, let's try to create something. Maybe it's gonna work. 12/07/2026, and the price will be 250. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, it's failed. Let's see what's going on. One more validation, blah blah blah. So what it's saying that the date should be like a. So I'm trying to like a book the date in the past. So the validation is working. So it's saying it's in the Polish. So it's saying, hey, it should be the bigger than today. Let's make it 23. Nice. So it's working. Okay. So we have some data. If I refresh the page, okay, we fetch some data. So now I'm thinking, what's going on here? What is the reason that it's not working? I believe the issues might be inside the header. I mean, inside my user. So I'm going to copy this token. I'm going to go to the HW token. Okay. I'm going to paste it. And let me see what is the user ID. Okay, this user ID is this one. Okay. And now I need to take a look why it's not working. So we have a see the data in the inside DB context. So here is my user ID. Okay. Demo user ID. It should be the same. It should work. I think I know what's going on. So, oh no, it's correct because the date is 27. So, okay, let me start the API maybe, and let's see if it's gonna see the data. So I need to go back to my UI. Okay, the API has been started. By the way, I like it that the problem is working. It's not perfect. I will enhance it later, and I will show you how you can deal properly with the problem details because it's very important. Okay, let's refresh the page. Come on, don't break down. There's no bookings. Okay, that's fair. No bookings for me. Might something be wrong with the backend. Let's see if I can get the bucket and see what's going on. So if I go to the get here, I should extract the user and see what kind of value has the user. So let me refresh the page. Okay. Now, what's going on? Why there is no data for this user? So, the user is not there. If I go with the F10 query, okay, send. Okay, there is no result. You will not believe it, but I forget. Basically, I forget to run the migration and say that create database, and then within the database, it will create the data inside my in-memory SQL server. So I just forget this part. I have added and it's working.